Alright,
How's it
so cooking in a tiny kitchen. It's a little crazy here. But yeah, so Connor and I, we just got home. We're about to lose light, so we're gonna try to film this really quickly. But we're gonna cook a fun little dinner tonight, and while we do that, we thought we would do a little relationship Q&A.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see these questions. Hopefully, give best advice I can. But I'm also here for the food. This is one of Adelia's best dishes, if I do say so myself.
Thanks, honey. So yeah, we're gonna be making lemon chicken pasta, and then we've got cucumbers for our veggies. We're mostly gonna be talking about like our story, other cute things about our relationship, just fun stuff. And I'm really happy that so many of you wanted to know all these cute, fun things. So yeah, let's turn on the stove and let's get started.
Let's do this.
Woo!
Hungry. Hungry for your questions.
How did we meet was a common question. I mean, I feel like everyone asks that. But I also got a lot of questions that are like, how did you meet, and was it in person or was it online? Which is a really good question for us. So, Connor, do you want to start it off?
Yeah, so we matched on Hinge. I remember liking one of your pictures. You know, it looked very appealing, and I messaged her and started talking about some things. You know, told me you were a blogger, lifestyle blogger, and then I just offered to take you to lunch. Said yes. I was very, very lucky you said yes.
Oh.
But yeah, we met in person on the first day at the Sacred Beast Diner here in OTR in Cincinnati, and it was a lot of fun. We really got to know each other, really clicked, and yeah, the rest is history.
So it wasn't until probably the second and third date that things started to pick up, and I was like, oh, you know, we're watching Aladdin, and you try to kiss me then, and I was like, okay, I can do this, sir.
It definitely caught you off guard. I remember.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
I knew you wanted to kiss me, but I was not ready.
I'm just glad you didn't run away afterwards.
No. The first time I felt something special was definitely on the second date. After you kissed me, you held my hand.
Yes, that did happen. So the second question, favorite date night in Cincy? This is a good one. If I had to pick one, I would probably say, probably about 2 months ago or so, I went to Prime Steakhouse, got all dressed up and fancy and had a really nice meal there to kind of celebrate, restrictions being lifted and being able to go sit down in a restaurant.
Yeah.
She looked very beautiful in her white dress. So yeah, it was a really nice night.
It was really, really nice. What's the first thing you noticed in the other person? I think that's an interesting question, and now I really should have thought of what I noticed first in you, because
Well, you were a little late. Well, the first date.
I was 15, 20 minutes late?
Something like that.
Okay, I was late because I was nervous, man. I don't think you know this. I drove by the restaurant before I parked, and I saw you.
Wait,
And
really?
I was like, oh my god, is that him? And I remember, technically, the first thing I noticed was you were wearing a pea coat. You looked so put together, and I was like, this is a grown-up.
How about this one? Have you met each other's family? She has met mine in person. We took a little vacation up to Nantucket, up in Massachusetts. Family has a house up there, and decided to go see them for a couple days. So she met my mom, dad, brother, sister.
And they were all so
Couple of my
wonderful and
aunts and cousins, and yes, they were very fond of her. They just passed with flying colors.
Connor is such a nice family too. We're gonna fly to Virginia
Yep.
in October to see my parents. So you excited?
Excited. Well, hopefully I win mom's approval.
Hopefully.
'Cause I know she's the one I gotta impress.
I mean, you gotta impress my dad too.
Well, yeah, of course.
And getting into kind of dating advice here, I feel like it's always good to really listen to your family and what they say. And now that we're getting really serious, I love feeling like everything makes sense with family. That relationship, not only your relationship as you're dating, but also just the relationship that you're building with your significant other and then your parents and their parents, like that ends up being extremely important. So yeah. I do like this question. What's the most important thing in your relationship?
I'd say the most important thing is honesty and like communicating with each other, about intentions and everything. You have stated intentions to each other and very open about feelings and very honest. So
I feel
I
like
really
that's,
appreciate that.
yeah. I feel like that's something that I really value too, and I don't think that there's ever too much that you can share with someone, especially if you're trying to be honest and truthful and open. It was really important for me to be open with Connor about like my dating history and my past, because I didn't want to get close to him and then down the line have my history come up or something like that. I'm glad that that's something that he knows everything there is to know about everything I've been through or everything I've done in my past, and then that way if things come up in the future there is no surprise and there's no fear on my part of him judging me or anything like that, because he doesn't judge me and I already know that. So
Just happy you were very open and honest about that stuff, and you trusted me enough to not judge you or think differently of you just because of those things, whatever's happened in your past. So
and when you find the person who isn't gonna run because of things you should be open about, then that's when you know you found a keeper.
Oh, here's an interesting.
Oh no, what?
Here's an interesting one. Who you got in the NBA Finals?
No!
Well,
What does that mean?
not a relationship question, but I will happily answer. So we're at the moment. So they're currently in the second round of the NBA playoffs. So there's 8 teams remaining. If I had to wager a guess, in the East I would go with the Celtics. In the West, I'm gonna go with the Rockets. I think they could get past the Lakers in round 2, and then they could give the Clippers some problems. We got who's going to the NBA Finals? Do you even know who's left in the playoffs?
Is this basketball?
This is basketball. Celtics?
But then Lakers.
Lakers, Celtics. Okay. That could definitely happen. I mean, I'd actually like to see that too, because Lakers and Celtics have such a storied history
I feel like that would just
throughout
be fun.
throughout the NBA. So that would be a lot of fun. Right, so this question is, when was the first time you guys said you loved each other? Oh man, this was quite an evening.
Aww. You want to tell the story?
So we were in here in this apartment,
Yeah.
just kind of hanging out.
He was half asleep.
I was half asleep.
I had spent the whole day thinking about this too.
And we were talking about some things, about some serious things, and I guess I was being kind of like vague about what I was trying to convey to her. It's because you know this it was a little intimidating. Wasn't quite sure how to say what I was trying to say, and then she blurted out the 3 magic words.
So he was about to fall asleep, and then I was angry. Well, because I was thinking, it was just in my head, and I was like, what do I do? This is gonna be ridiculous. Like, this is a mess. Like, ah! I sit up, and then I said, don't freak out, was what I said first. You're making that face to me right now. I said, don't freak out. And then he immediately jolts up, and he's just like, what's wrong? Like, what serious thing do you have to say? It's like,
Oh my
god. He's like, something bad happened, like something, and I'm like, no. And then I'm like stuttering, and you're still looking freaked out and everything, and I'm like, oh, I love you, okay?
I was very relieved.
I totally wasn't expecting him to say it back. And I did.
I mean, I've been feeling it for a while, and I just, wasn't sure when it would be the right time, but I was gonna drop that bomb at some point, I swear.
Even if I didn't say it first?
Yes, of course.
I believe you. I like this one. This is kind of an advice question. How do you navigate through arguments? And we already started kind of talking about this. So we haven't had an argument, and I'm kind of scared for when we do. Ideally, like, no matter what argument you have with someone that you're in a relationship with, like, you still love them no matter what. And I think for me, that part is really hard. But I also know Connor well enough that for both of us that we wouldn't be irrational in an argument. Best advice I got from someone really close to me is never go to bed angry.
Yeah, that's definitely
So
a good idea. 'Cause
that's
it's
not
hard to get sleep when you're angry and frustrated. And
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. And be calm, rational,
communicate.
Don't make it into a Twitter fight where you just insult the person.
Oh my goodness. Right?
Here's a fun one.
What?
What's the most embarrassing thing that has happened to y'all?
Oh! We've had a lot of embarrassing things happen to us. To both of us?
Both of us, yeah.
Alright, what do you got?
Well, recently I had to buy Tide Pods for laundry.
That was
and I bought freaking dishwasher.
Okay, so
by
he went
accident.
to Whole Foods and he got me these lovely flowers.
Yes.
So he went to Whole Foods and he thought that he was getting these fancy Whole Foods Tide Pods. They're the 365 brand or something. It's in black and white. Biggest print on this bag. It says dishwasher. And it was so cute because you were like, okay, let's start a load. And I'm like, honey?
Yeah, I felt really dumb.
It was cute. I like that he has cute moments like that. This one question says, do you think he's the one?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think he is.
I would say so too.
It would be weird if he didn't.
Yes, it would.
So yeah, love you, honey. Alright guys, we are going to finish this up. We'll show you a little clip of what the finished plate looks like. We're halfway through eating and then Connor pulls out more cheese because he just has to have cheese, but this is what we got. Lemon chicken pasta salad. So good. We're gonna get back to eating. Peace out.
Bye-bye.